7 Habits. Killing Your Attraction, the Science Speaks.
Your flaws are what make you ugly.
There are as many ways to boost your appeal as there are to tank it. Surprise, but science says most unattractive traits aren't even about how you look.
It's not great. It's fantastic.
Today, you'll get the lowdown on 7 scientific discoveries and 7 habits that are killing your game.
It couldn't be me.
Why not?
Bet you'll find something about yourself here. And today's your chance to level up your attractiveness, both IRL and online. First habit, you keep your phone out. Ever keep your phone in your hand while chatting? Or put it on the table during a conversation, maybe even screen down and on silent?
It is a trap, but we have no choice.
MIT professor Sherry Turkle found this seriously slashes your odds of the other person finding your talk engaging.
I don't feel so peaceful.
Her research shows that even a silent phone on the table radically changes the conversation vibe. Knowing your attention could be pulled away any second
Are you even listening to me?
makes the person you're talking to keep it light and steer clear of deep, emotional topics. Getting cut off there stings extra.
This is not what I wanted.
People also feel less connected when there's a phone on the table. Essentially, the moment you take out your phone, you're practically tanking the interaction. First, it reduces the substance of what you're discussing, since you're only talking about stuff you wouldn't mind getting interrupted over. Second, it weakens the empathetic bond between people. You go to lunch, put your phone on the table, and you're reducing the emotional significance of what you're ready to discuss. It diminishes the connection felt between two people.
I threw your phone out of the window.
This finding was so significant that the study's author wrote a whole book about this effect. Since learning this, I never keep my phone out when talking to someone. Tip: stash your phone. And if your date keeps their phone out, turn it into a game, like whoever reaches for their phone first picks up the check or shares a personal secret.
Who will pay?
Make it your game. Hit like if you see yourself in this habit. Second habit making you less attractive: closed-off body language. Want to meet a girl and you're posting crossed arms pics on dating sites, or you're sitting all rodents thinker style? Nope, don't do that.
Don't do that.
A 2016 Stanford study showed that closed-off body language can make you noticeably less attractive. Researchers set up dating app profiles for men and women. In one set, people were in closed poses, like arms crossed or hunched shoulders. In another set, the same folks were in open poses, like hands up in a V or reaching out for something. The results? Folks were likelier to choose dates from the open pose set than the closed pose one, and men in closed poses were at a particular disadvantage, according to the study. Tip: don't try to take up as little space as possible in pics or real life. Get comfy with open poses, and you'll ramp up your appeal.
Looks so good.
Thank you.
Third habit: looking too smiley and happy. While happiness is generally seen as attractive, women often aren't into guys who seem overly smiley. In 2011, University of British Columbia researchers showed over 1,000 North American adults photos of the opposite sex and asked how attractive the people in the photos were. Turns out, women rated men as most attractive when they looked proud and least attractive when they looked happy.
Why are you so happy all the time?
Why are you smiling?
Creepy. But hey, we don't make the rules. Let's just use this intel. Tip: don't post ultra-happy pics on dating sites. Opt for a proud, unapproachable look. Luxury brands do this all the time. Their models never smile, creating a distance and an unapproachability that women want to conquer. Fourth habit: laziness.
What else do you like? Lazy, ugly, horny? I got them all.
Oh, I'm too lazy to do that. Or, no, that's not for me, I'm too lazy.
I'm like you always say, I'm lazy.
Harmless stuff we've all said, right? Turns out, not so harmless. In one experiment, archaeology course students rated each other on various traits and attractiveness at the start and end of a 6-week course. Those who started with average attractiveness ratings were seen as less attractive later if fellow students saw them as lazy, like not cooperating or not hardworking.
Hey, lazy bones.
Tip: don't talk about or show your laziness in public. Aim to be someone no one can call lazy.
And if it doesn't work for you, It's because you're lazy.
Fifth habit that lowers your attractiveness. You rarely joke.
Guy walks into a bar, right?
A guy walks into a bar, doesn't joke, and leaves alone.
You were a serious SOB that didn't have any sense of humor.
A 2009 University of California, San Diego study showed that not having a sense of humor was viewed as less attractive than having a great one. And a 2015 study found that when men first met women, the more they laughed at each other's jokes, or better, laughed together, the more they were into each other. Tip: study humor, joke around, analyze the outcomes, and joke some more.
Humor is a good sign.
Listen to comedy podcasts, read books with great humor, learn the theory of humor. Find your strong suit in humor.
Little humor is possible, you know.
Pay attention to weird, absurd, or interesting moments in daily life. There's loads of material for good jokes right around you.
Sense of humor is a bit different in this area.
Tweak and change others' jokes. Experiment with exaggeration, self-deprecation, absurdity. And remember the pauses.
Pause for laughter.
If your sense of humor really kicks in, sometimes people need a moment to get your joke.
Once he explained, I understood.
Sixth habit, making you less attractive. Frequent smoking and drinking. And this isn't about skin color or fresh breath, nor is it about a man's physical condition. In a 2016 study, researchers recruited over 200 young women to rate photos and bios of young men. Results showed that men who smoked often in their bios were seen as less attractive compared to non-smokers and occasional smokers. With alcohol, it was a bit different. Men who drank occasionally were seen as more attractive than those who didn't drink at all.
He does not drink.
And those who drank often.
You drink too much.
Tip: just knowing you're a frequent smoker or drinker lowers your attractiveness rating with women. Don't brag about how many cigarettes you've smoked or beers you've chugged.
It'll be our secret.
Seventh habit, revealing your political leanings on the first date. Our political views influence who we find attractive. In one study, participants looked at a photo and brief bio of someone of the opposite sex. The bio mentioned whether the person supported a Democratic or Republican candidate. Democratic women found the man in the photo way more attractive when he supported a Democrat, and way less so when he backed a Republican. Men also found women less attractive when they supported the opposing party. But men didn't find a woman more attractive when she supported the same party. This isn't to say change your politics to be seen as hotter, but now you know how to not tank your appeal by making the personal political. Sure, you could go with something like,
how would you like to have a sexual encounter so intense it could conceivably change your political views?
But no guarantees it'll work. Tip: definitely avoid political topics on your first dates. There you go. Now you know how to not just avoid decreasing your attractiveness, but actually significantly boost it without any physical changes. Hope you liked this episode. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and give a like if you haven't yet, if you want more content like this.